We all know about Trump derangement syndrome. What about Morrison derangement syndrome? It is rife on the internet's toilet door, otherwise known as Twitter. It is rife over there on Channel 2, and if you would like to just get just a quick little sort of dopamine hit of attention, a little bit like a poker machine jackpot, what you need to do is you need to say something nasty about Scott Morrison. Now, 9 times out of 10, people will cheer you as you do it. But this person, who is borderlining on a professional troll, or at the very least is an enthusiastic amateur of trolling on the internet, who's got plenty of mates in and around the industry, he had this to say today as the stock market was having its wobbles, but the Prime Minister was in Brisbane. The Prime Minister was in Brisbane today for the funeral of those 3 kids who had been murdered and their mother. The tweet reads, "We are suffering the biggest single-day equity crash since the GFC. There's a global pandemic and Scott Morrison is putting in half a prime ministerial day into attending a Brisbane funeral. Strange call, even if you want to show you're serious about tackling family violence." That's exactly where the Prime Minister should have been today. Because the Chief Medical Officer was giving all of the briefings today about coronavirus. I promise that's the last one. The stock market, well, how can a Prime Minister say anything when computers and futures traders and people are seeing money in pushing it down before they eventually see money in pushing it up? The idea that this suburban family that was destroyed from within received not just national attention from grieving, but the Prime Minister being at the funeral is a statement about us not forgetting those kids, not forgetting that woman. Yet there were plenty of people on Twitter who are increasingly less famous than the troll who was putting that garbage out there today. But I'm pleased to say there were 1 or 2 people, including even people from Radio National, who said this went too far. Morrison derangement syndrome is very real and most often not particularly interesting. But today it was needlessly dangerous. It was needlessly dangerous because somebody thought that they could, well, make a hit on him for A, existing, and B, using half of a prime ministerial day to go to the funeral of people who were murdered. Murdered in perhaps the worst domestic violence attack that we have seen in our country in many, many years. But will this person probably angrily tweet about me talking about their tweet? Probably. But I've deleted the app, so I won't see it.